Well, we've got our first chance to really take you up to speed with Nationwide Insurance. There's our leader, and Dave Burns, you're up.
Marcus Ambrose told you the story that he wrecked his primary car at Watkins Glen doing the celebration. Well, according to crew chief Frank Kerr, we found a chassis laying around, put a front clip on it, added some sheet metal, and we're on the pole. Pretty cool, huh? And they continue to lead. The 60 car of Carl Edwards running in second place right now. Of course, he's trying to chase down the 18 for that championship. Carl's car condition loose, and the right-handers, they, of course, will have to pit again. They are on with that group, strategy-wise, that pitted on lap 11. Jamie?
Andrew Ranger, the 2007 Canadian Tire champion, is learning how to save fuel. He did not know how to do that before this race. They'll continue talking him through it. He last pitted on lap 11. They must pit between 48 and 52, but he's holding his own in the top three. Dave?
Menard also pitted on the lap 11 strategy. They did not change tires on the 98 car, but just took on fuel. Getting that damage, not a problem for him right now. And the other interesting thing about his car, he's got the rookie stripe like other guys who've not been at this racetrack before, including the 18, I think, Jamie.
Yes, he does have rookie stripes. Kyle Busch, something you never see from him. He just continues to forge forward despite all that damage we've been talking about. He said it's handling just fine. Didn't sound like he was a fan of the track earlier, Marty, but I think he's changing his mind.
And rounding out the top 10, it's Brad Coleman in 6th, Max Pappas in 7th, Boris said 8th, Stephen Light 9th, and J.R. Fitzpatrick in 10th. Where's Jacques Villeneuve, you say? Well, he is in 12th place, sandwiched between the two Wallaces, Stephen and Kenny, as we step aside here on lap 35 of 74. Yeah, we still got a long way to go in this one. Let's check out our motorsports action for next week. NASCAR Nationwide Series, Degree V12 300 Atlanta, Saturday at 6:30 Eastern. It'll be the backseat drivers again. The 4 guys will be in the booth. I'll be in Crandon, Wisconsin, off-road racing, guys. And NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will be in Atlanta, presented by Pennzoil. That's next Sunday night at 7 Eastern on ESPN. And the Max Tools NHRA US Nationals, presented by Lucas Oil, qualifying next Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and 5 Eastern on ESPN2. And then finals Monday, September 6th, Labor Day, 1 Eastern on ESPN2. Stephen Wallace just took his pit stop here, working on lap number 37. So he gets the service done. He has a bit of damage, but at this stage of this race, almost everybody does.
Yeah, it was definitely unscheduled. It had a lot of left front damage on that car. It must have got in the corner a little too deep and slid up into somebody or something, but that tire was rubbing, a lot of smoke coming off it, so they had to pit this car to get that fender off the tire.
We should tell you Justin Allgaier has officially been ruled out of this race, along with Ron Fellows, who they knew that one as soon as they brought it in. Not out of this race is that man right there, Marcus Ambrose. And you want to talk about a guy who is doing very well in road course races. He has, in the last 4 road course events, finished no lower than 3rd. And he's won the past 2 years at Watkins Glen.
I mean, he is the man right now on all road courses, no matter which series, whether it's a Nationwide Series or the Sprint Cup Series. He is the man to beat everywhere we go. Well, if you're turning right and left, this is the guy you got to beat.
Yeah, and we asked him about what his secret is to doing so well on the road courses.
I don't have the perfect lap ever on a road course. I just try to eliminate as many mistakes as I can. So I get the car very neutral. You know, it's not doing anything crazy. I want it so I can jump curbs. I want it so I can brake late, straight. I just want it very docile for me, so then I can look after the rest and not make mistakes. So I think that's what is my secret to road racing, is that I don't look for the perfect lap. I just try to minimise my mistakes.
I guess that's his way of saying he's not going to tell us what his secret is.
Well, I noticed he said he wasn't talking about bumping and topping curbs, but yeah, I think we saw him do that.
Oh yeah, he's doing plenty of that. He's he's very aggressive. I mean, he's not afraid to use the bumper if he needs to, but he has got some kind of secret really that makes him faster. I mean, he's just faster than these other guys when you start turning right and left.
Well, and you saw that graphic. I mean, he has run a lap as quick as the track record in the race. So that gives you an idea of just how good that car is. And right behind him is Carl Edwards saying, how do I find 3.4 seconds? Because that's how much he's trailing by. And Andrew Ranger's another 2 seconds back.
Well, the last lap, Carl Edwards actually beat Marcus Ambrose by just a little bit. Now they're coming across the line again. Marcus Ambrose runs another fast lap, though, and Carl Edwards loses another 3/10.
You know, Marcus and Carl Edwards had teamed up to run that Daytona prototype car yesterday. They had a lot of practice on the racetrack in the dry, and Carl says it really helped him, and obviously had to help Marcus also. I don't know if he needed any help. I had to help him.
Wallace around.
Yeah, Mike Wallace gets it turned around now. Gets it back safely under control and back out onto the track. He was running in 21st at that time. Checking in right now on the 33. That is J.R. Fitzpatrick, our winner from earlier today in the Canadian Tire Series, and Boris said right behind. And that is for 8th.
Looks like Boris has been involved in a few little skirmishes too today. You can see a lot of damage on all 4 corners to the body, but his car is very competitive. He started in the rear also by having to change engines after qualifying. Blew an engine up in the rain qualifying last night.
Yeah, he actually qualified 4th, and then it just let go, and they made the change this morning. Let's check in a little bit further forward on the field, because Paul Menard has got a very nice run going right now. He is there in 6th place, trying to track down Brad Coleman for 5th, and Dave Burns is caught up with his crew chief.
Yep, he's doing a great job right now. Matt Puccia looking down the straightaway to pick up his driver. How is the car, and is that damage affecting him at all, Matt?
No, I don't believe so. He says the car's pretty good. Just takes a couple laps to get going here on after a caution, but other than that, the balance is pretty good. So we're going to do a little bit of air pressure here, see if we can get to go a little bit better on the shorter run. But we're going to stop here by 4 or 5 laps here and see what we got then.
Okay, they'll be pitting soon, guys. Maybe 3 or 4 laps. How much of a gamble would that be?
And while
you gamble.
Yeah, will be. While you were finishing up, I just noticed Eric Darnell. We haven't mentioned him very much. He's mired back in 30th. He has just made a pit stop, so we'll update all the Darnell fans there. But meanwhile, Paul Menard continues to circle this track in 6th position, and he's got a bit of a gap now of about 4 seconds over 7th place, Max Pappas. In fact, there you just got a quick glimpse of how far Max is behind in this battle. So I'm starting to wonder, as Alex Tagliani comes into pit lane, another of the Quebec contingent, as he's already got some damage from an earlier spin, especially in that right rear corner panel. He was in the top 15 as he's heading towards Jamie Little.
He's actually had a heck of a rally back. You see the damage there, but remember earlier, Marty, he got a speeding penalty, and he fought back to 12 now. So they're going to try to fix some of that damage. 4 tires for Alex Tagliani, who's a regular open wheel veteran and making his first start ever in the NASCAR series. Good to see him here. He's got quite a few fans around here.
So they continue. They're having a little bit of a problem on the jack doesn't seem to be getting the body up high enough for them to get the wheels on, but he finally gets it done in 24 seconds, and that's a lot of time. So here we have run 10 laps under green. I hate to tell you this, but that really is our longest green flag run of the day. We've had 5 cautions. We're working lap 40 of 74, so we are past halfway. Can we stay green, and how is that going to affect that last round of pit stops? Well, stay with us to find out. There's your top 5.